So for those of you in the audience who, if you are not familiar with EU Business School, we are an international private business school with campuses in 3 countries in Europe. We are in Barcelona, Spain, Geneva and Montreux in Switzerland, as well as Munich in Germany. So for us as a business school, we have a very strong focus on helping students become successful in their careers. And in fact, very often we measure our success really by how successful our students become. So we at EU Business School, we have a very output-based approach where we put in a lot of resources as well as strong emphasis on helping students be equipped as well as have all the necessary resources so that students can graduate and then become successful in their careers, whether it is when students go on to join a company or even if they go on to create their own business. So how do we do that? Our main focus at EU Business School is really, we see 2 keys to success in helping students this way. The first is to provide and equip students with a very practical business skill set. And the second is to provide students with access to a whole range of top companies as well as business leaders so that they are able to really learn from the industry and gain connections as well. So in order to carry out and implement such a business education that can ensure our students can become successful, the locations of our campuses are very critical. So I'll take you on a very quick tour now of the cities in which our campuses are based, and also explain you why it's important, why the location is important. First up, Barcelona. You'll see that it's a very beautiful city. It's a little bit like the California of Europe, where you have a lot of European tourists coming to Barcelona during the summer, but also because it's not only a very, very beautiful beach city, but it's also where many companies, especially marketing, IT, tech consulting, as well as the tourism and leisure industry and fashion as well are based. So you have a strong presence of these companies based in this city, which is again very important for us as a business school during the learning process, as well as giving students access to these companies. Next up, we have Geneva, and you will see a very similar trend in the cities that we are in. These are cosmopolitan cities, with a strong presence and a concentration of international corporations and organizations. And in Geneva, where I'm based, you will see that there is a very strong presence. It's the hub for financial institutions because of the presence of the UN and World Trade Organization and WHO and Red Cross and many other international organizations. You also have a very strong presence of a whole range of international organizations, as well as companies based here in Switzerland, headquarters of Nestle, for example, and many other large international corporations that wish to take advantage of the low tax regime here in Switzerland offers, a whole range of opportunities. So we have a very strong presence of these companies based in and around Geneva, which is again very important in the strategy of as a business school. So again, these are a sample of some of the presence of these companies that are based here. Next up, Munich. What is interesting here is that Germany has the strongest economy in the whole of Europe, and the core economic activity happens in Munich. So you can imagine how much economic volume is generated based in Munich. But while it is an economic powerhouse, it is ranked 3rd in best living conditions in the world. So it's a beautiful city. And of course, Germany is well famed for its quality of education. And again, a sample of the companies that are based here. And not only are there the major companies, for example, BMW, Allianz Global, and so on, but also a very strong presence of small to medium businesses that drive the German economy. So that was a very quick tour of these cities that we are based in, and you'll see a common denominator, and these are where cities in which you have a strong presence of these international companies, business activities, and that is really core for us at EU Business School, because it is not just about learning in the classroom, but there are really ample opportunities for our students to interact and learn from business leaders, companies, through business workshops, internships, working student arrangements, and guest speakers coming on campuses. So just to sum up, these are locations in which we have, some of the top quality of education. These are locations where we have some of the best quality of life. And these are locations in which, due to the presence of these companies, there's a very high quality of jobs. And more importantly, as an international student, these are countries that really welcome talent. And that is why in Geneva, for example, where I live, 40% of the people who live here in Geneva are expatriates like me. So it's very welcoming of foreign talent, as long as you have the language and as long as you have the qualifications and experience, you have every opportunity. And Germany and Spain goes even further by offering students, international students who graduate, a 1.5-year stay-back visa in Germany and a 1-year stay-back visa in Spain for students to have ample time to seek jobs upon graduation. It's also important to mention this because, we do have 3 campuses in these different amazing cities. But at the same time, on top of that, we offer the possibility for students to do campus transfers. And that means if you're doing a 3-year bachelor program with us, for example, you can effectively have the opportunity to do that, to spend 1 year in Switzerland, spend 1 year in Spain, and spend 1 year in Munich, for example, as part of your study experience. So that way you will not only experience 1 European country, but 3, as well as be exposed to the business cultures of these different countries that we are based in. So that is an amazing opportunity. And also around 1/3 of our students take advantage of these campus transfers to really to get the full European experience and learn from these European businesses. Next up, when I'm in a live seminar, I often, take a poll to see who, because we have different campuses, so we have videos for different campuses, but it'll take too much time if I show each of them. So I wouldn't ask for a poll since I can't see you guys now, but I'll just make a choice for live at EU Geneva and Montreux, since that's the campus I'm based in now. But if you'd like to see the other videos, please feel free to come to our website. You can watch each of them that you're interested in. Okay, so for now, I will just play the campus video for our Swiss campus. Please. All right, there you go. So that's our Swiss campus video for you. So hopefully that gave you, visually as well, an idea of how it's like, studying at EU Business School. First of all, now that you see the next slide where we have reasons to study, I mentioned just now about, equipping students with a practical business skill set, as well as providing access to, companies and business leaders. And so I want to share a little bit with you right now about how uh, our business programs are carried out at EU. What sort of an education are you getting at EU Business School? First of all, we are a very, very international student body, and we have been ranked as, in fact, as a top university in terms of student diversity. So 98% of our students are international students from more than 100 countries, and we are not dominated by any single nationality. So in a classroom, you're basically going to be in like practically it's like the United Nations, where you have a representation from all continents, different countries, and that's also a very important part of the way that we carry out business education in an international context. We also practice small class sizes for individualized attention. We don't believe in delivering lectures where students are passive. Students actively, if you like it, are forced to be interactive in classes. So whether it's in the form of debates, presentations, doing case studies together, that's the kind of environment that we have, so that students can really learn to pick up a practical business skill set and not just learn passively. We are big on experiential business learning, and that means giving students the opportunities to do business simulations, discuss, real case studies, have external workshops with companies and organizations, so that all these become part of the student learning. It's not just about theory, but really learning from the industry and what's happening out there in real business cases. So to be able to carry out such a type of education, we have a faculty with business experience. And that's also very key in the locations that we are based in. Because where we are, we have a very, very strong talent pool of highly, highly educated professionals with years of experience in top international or European companies. And our faculty, the majority of them, have years of such experience. So what you have is a faculty that not only has the academic qualifications, but also very rich business and corporate experience. So that way, students can learn from their experience and really learn practical business from such lecturers and professors. Lastly, building a business personality. We really believe in, building up our students, not in the way where they just finish off with a degree, but in terms of their business, their personal branding, as well as their leadership skills. So to do that, as I said, we have small class sizes with our lecturers as mentors that really encourage them to speak up, to present, and also with the ample opportunities where they get to meet with business leaders, they build up a sort of a confidence as well as a personal brand that will enable them to be successful when they go on after graduating and they go on into the industry. So ranked among the best, I don't always talk about this, but I know that in Asia and Malaysia, this is still important to mention. We are, according to QS University rankings, in the top 50 in Europe and in the top 150 around the world. So that's where we are in terms of our international rankings. As I mentioned just now, we are very international, students from all continents. From Asia, we have 16%, a good mix of people, mostly from Malaysia, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Thailand. This would make up some of the key countries in Asia and India as well. And students, we have a whole range of students who, some of them have their own family businesses to go back to. Some of them wish to stay on in Europe, to find work and internship. And amongst this group, there are also two groups: those who wish to kind of stay on for the long term, and those who perhaps wish to work for 1 to 3 years to get European experience before heading back to their own home countries to further develop their careers. So international accreditations are also very important as an international business school. We are externally audited to ensure, that we maintain the high quality standards that an international business school like ours should have. So these are pretty boring stuff, but important to mention as well. And of course, if you are interested to Google and check out these accreditations, please feel free to do so. And at EU, we also have 3 key accrediting partners, which basically allow our students to, on top of an EU Business School degree, be able to get a dual degree, a second degree, with either of these universities. 2 of them are UK universities, Derby and Roehampton, and one of them is in Spain, UK. Right. I mentioned just now about practical business skill set and access to businesses and business leaders, and these are a sample of the kind of companies as well as business leaders that we afford. We give students the opportunity to learn from and to meet with, and this happens on a regular basis at EU Business School on all our campuses. The last one we had was with Mr. Jean-Claude Pivet. He was the president of LVMH Watch Division. Because of COVID-19, our session with him was a virtual conference. If any of you are interested, you can even go to YouTube or our website where we have the recording of that conference. And so, just to give you an idea, these are the kinds of events that almost take place on a weekly basis on different campuses, where students, of course, they meet with these big shots from companies, but also they have the opportunities to meet with managers and directors from a whole range of business sectors, so that they can really learn from their practical business experience and be aware of what's happening out there in the industry. So this comes to my next video. I just want to show you another video of such an event where we had with the chairman of Nestle not too long ago, and just to give you an idea how some of these events would look like at our institution.
I think there is a big revolution going on, and as you can clearly see, it is more the big corporations which are struggling, and it is the smaller and agile and the companies which are for the time being gaining. So it's an exciting time to be young and entrepreneurial and to make your own things. I think it's fantastic.
I think EU Business School has gone a step forward in terms of giving a platform for students like us in networking to global leaders. So this would be the best opportunity for every student.
It's very interesting. I get to meet so many different people here, so to build my network, so to speak. And this is what our school, EU Business School, is trying to push us to, which is really good.
Actually, I'm a lawyer, and I want to be a corporate lawyer in a big firm. So Nestle, for example, it's an amazing firm.
Well, I think one of the great things about your university is that it's such an international environment that you have, which allows students from all over the world to mingle, to get to know each other, and to build up a resource and a base, which hopefully will also be of validity to them later on in their life.
So there you go. If you are interested in any of such, conferences that we hold, we also have a collection of them on our website. So they're free. Please feel free. If you wish to be inspired by some of these business leaders and learn from them, also you may, check out our website and check out these videos. Okay, next I will move on to the programs that we offer. And for us, we do offer programs at the bachelor, the master's, and doctorate levels. So I shall begin first with the bachelor program. Our bachelor programs are 3-year-long programs. And as a business school, we don't offer anything outside of business. So no engineering, no IT, no languages. But within the domain of business, we offer a very comprehensive range of majors and options that students can choose from. So if you look at the leftmost column, the bachelor's, from the most classic BBA program, we also have a full range of others like communications and PR, leisure tourism, international relations, sports management, finance, and also more recently, because we are very constantly updating our majors as well to reflect the needs of the industry, we also have our latest BA in digital business, design and innovation. So that deals a lot more with digital marketing as well as data analysis and so on. So this is really new and addressing the needs of the industry. And also furthermore, we have other majors including HR, enterprise, marketing specifically if you want to go full on into marketing and so on. So as I mentioned just now, being a 3-year bachelor program, it's a really great opportunity for students not only to choose one of our campuses to go to, but also to take the opportunity to do campus transfers as a part of your study experience. So moving on, our master's and MBA program are 1-year-long programs. They have a core structure of having 3 terms of study and a final capstone project. And again, for example, looking at our MBA program, you will see a list of 11 possible majors that students can choose from. So the first 2 terms of their study would be, the core MBA modules. And in the 3rd term of the study, students go into the courses, depending on the major they choose. So you will see a very good range of majors students can choose from, again reflecting very much the needs of the industry, from global banking and finance to international marketing, leisure and tourism, sports management, and so on. And where you see the little asterisks, again, these are our latest majors, reflecting the latest trends and needs of the industry. So we do have majors in digital business as well as blockchain management as well. So under masters, the MBA is a 90 ECTS credit program, and the masters is a lighter program, 60 ECTS, but it's more focused in a specific area where you want to develop in. So here you will see the range, from marketing to finance to tourism, digital business, as well as fashion and luxury business. So this is also something that's quite interesting. And I think I've had quite some interest from Malaysians as well, for those who are really keen on fashion and luxury business. This has been something that we have got quite some inquiries for as well. And this is available in our Swiss as well as our Barcelona campus. So the 3rd option would be for students who wish to take an international management program, which is offered on our Munich campus, but again offering a whole range, very similar range of minors that they can choose from. Okay, so for I won't go into further detail because, as you can see, it's a wide range of programs. I think my main purpose is to show you that our bachelor programs are 3-year-long programs. Our master's programs are 1-year-long programs. And if you have any questions later on with specifics, you can always leave that question in the chat or email me after this presentation. Okay, moving on. We also offer winter and summer school programs, and our purpose for winter and summer school programs are not for students to learn English, but rather, as a business school, we really are keen to let students who are 16, 17, 18 years old, who are not sure what they want to do for their career, have a chance to come to our campus and have a chance to be in a typical business workshop like what our students would do, and also visit companies like Tesla, Amazon as a part of the program to really experience what it's like, to learn about business. So it really helps students to clarify in their mind, first of all, whether they should study business or not. Some of them would say, after that, would say, no, it's not for me. Some of them would say, yes, it's for me. So it's a great way, wonderful way for students, rather than just sitting around or just surfing the web, to discover if, for yourself, if a business education is really suitable for you or not. So this is a great sample program which gives students such opportunity. The programs are 2 to 3 weeks long. For the summer program, it takes place in Barcelona. And for the winter program, it takes place on our Munich campus. So again, if you'd like more details on this, you can email me or check out our website. One of the key things, as I mentioned just now at EU Business School, is our emphasis on students being successful in their career. And that is why we have on each campus our career services office, really with counselors to assist students in their career planning, as well as job applications and internship interests. So what we do at our career office, we of course provide students the possibility to search for internships and jobs. We organize career fairs for them so that they meet with recruiters from a whole range of companies. We even help students, with their cover letters and CVs, and coach them before they have important job interviews. So this is where we go the extra mile in helping students ensure that they latch on to good careers. And of course, we also have workshops and on personal branding, LinkedIn, using social media, as well as one-to-one counseling sessions to advise students on their career planning. So we've come to the third video now, and I'd like to show you just a short video about how one of these job fairs look like on Barcelona campus.
I just came back from a job interview that I had for the company Criteo based in Barcelona. I got to know the manager, and even though the idea was to be formal, it was a very easy conversation, and I learned a lot about the company. I learned about their idea, about the objectives.
I had 3 interviews with Vueling, with Sixt, and with Glovo. I think they all went pretty well. I'm just putting myself out there and see what's happening.
The best speaker, I think, would be all of them, because everyone comes from diverse background, diverse stories.
I was on the first panel discussion. It was pretty interesting. It was about the HR process and how they apply for jobs and what they are looking for, and they told a lot of personal experiences, so it was kind of interesting.
And we saw startup founders and co-founders, and it's nice to hear their experience, and they are telling us how the market is working.
EU prepared me quite pragmatically by connecting us with the business professionals in class and outside class. It helped me understand what the people want and how it's working outside. So it was a complete pragmatic approach. So far, the expectations have been met with interesting alumni, students, most importantly, people from the other campus, which you don't get to meet. So we are kind of socializing and having a really nice get-together.
Really helped me. They gave me all the knowledge that I need, and right now I know for sure that I know what I want to do in the future and where I want to go.
All right, there you go. So that was, just allowing you a peek into another one of our events so that you know how it looks like, and some student feedback as well. So we've come to alumni stories, and right now at EU we have about 27,000 alumni all around the world. So if you do study at EU and graduate, you join a very strong alumni group where you can connect easily with anyone from around the world, whether it's for business opportunity or career opportunities. So we're always very proud of our students who go on to achieve, and we feature them every now and then, you know, through alumni events, and we're very proud of their achievements in different companies that they either join or set up themselves. But I understand as well in Asia, we like to see as well, you know, more examples from Asia. So I've specifically pulled out a list of some of our more recent Asian students, not just Malaysians, but Asian students, just to give you an idea and profile of, you know, where these students actually go on to work in. And first of all, you can see it's a very international profile. You know, a lot of students do stay on in Europe, not necessarily in the campus they studied in even, but largely so. But there are also those who, you know, spent 1 or 2 years doing internships and job stints before heading back to their countries for personal or family reasons. But I think this gives everybody also a very nice idea of kind of the sort of opportunities that our students get upon graduation. And I think being Star Virtual Fair being a Malaysian event, I think you'll be even more keen to know about, you know, Malaysian stories. And so, you know, I've just pulled out a few of these examples as well again. And I know quite most of these students because I've been with EU for almost 7 years. And I remember Ong Zui, he was one of the top students in his UEC school in Malacca. He won a scholarship with us and studied in EU Barcelona in business finance. He was a state cyclist, so he had two passions, finance and sports. And right now, because he first got some very good internships during his time as a student, so now he's working in a company called 23 Capital. So he's, you could say, doing his dream job because he wanted to marry both finance and sport. And he's basically working in a UK-owned firm called 23 Capital that is providing financing and loans to all the sports clubs in Europe and Spain. So for example, Real Madrid is one of their clients. You know, if they need money for stadiums or for players, they go to such companies for loans and financing. So he's based in Barcelona now. So I thought his is a more interesting example to share about. So I spent a minute or two, you know, just to give you a bit about his background. We had others, of course, you know, like Alicia, who worked at Allianz Global as a, you know, part-time during the time of being a student at EU in Munich. And then after that, I'm not sure exactly, but I don't have the full details. But I think she's now working as an operations director in a life sciences company in Malaysia right now. Fiona Liu, from a few years back ago, and she did an MBA at EU Geneva. And then she went on, first starting as an intern in the International Air Travel Association based here in Geneva. And then permanently she worked as an analyst. So as I understand, you also have some government officials who have joined our online MBA program, and also Aziza right at the bottom as well, who was very active. She's a co-founder of an NGO called Paint the World, helping, you know, children and orphans around the world. And she's also a Malaysian Youth Ambassador. So I just pulled out some of you know, your own countrymen who have been with us at EU, and a little bit about their, you know, how they have gone on in their careers. So it would be the final segment of my presentation. I just like to mention this. I normally don't mention this, but the online campus, as you know, everybody knows, due to COVID-19, has come in picture for a lot of institutions. But at EU Business School, actually our online campus has been around for the past 8 years. And in fact, as you saw earlier in my presentation, not only do we have campuses in Europe, we have what we call the online campus. And this is the team that's purely dedicated, the administrative team, led by Dr. John Hans Kutzer, our academic dean for online campus, that has, provided and built up this infrastructure and team for our online programs. And it's important to mention this because I think many institutions sort of had to very quickly scramble to have an online facility to help students who could not come on campus anymore. But at EU, we were very fortunate because we had this all the while, our online campus and our online platform. So when COVID-19 hit in February and March, we very quickly shifted all our students on the online campus. But more importantly, it's not just shifting them online, but is to have a ready infrastructure as well as facilitators and lecturers who are well versed in online training so that students could continue their education in an engaging way, and not just to say, oh, we have Zoom, so your lecturer can talk to you, and so we just somehow continue. There's a whole methodology as well as pedagogy behind how online learning takes place, and we were very lucky to have this experienced team in place already to help students. So much so that in fact for the past years in QS World University rankings, we have been in top 15. This year we climbed to 11th in the world for our online MBA program. So this speaks volumes as well of the quality of our online campus. So just wanting to mention this because one of the things that's happened recently is, of course, students have had to move on to the online campus. But as I mentioned just now, Asira, we just got the good news today. Like the Swiss visas are starting to be processed by 8th of June, and we expect the same to happen on all our campuses over the coming week for such announcements to come up soon. So at EU, we have confirmed that all our programs this October are resuming on campus. So that's what we're really, really looking forward to. But at the same time, we understand that the world is changing now. It's a post-COVID-19 world. There's a lot of uncertainty. There are worried parents, and there are also concerns about visa sometimes. So I think the online campus that we have, being a real quality one, is a very good stopgap solution for students who do not wish to delay their studies, or for parents who are really, really concerned about COVID-19, who want vaccines to be ready, for example. It's not going to happen this year. So our online campus would be able to step in very well so that students can start an online program for one semester on our online campus, for example, and then transition to on-campus studies anytime they wish to, seamlessly. So I think this is a very important point also, which I don't normally make in my presentations, but I think in the post-COVID era now, it's important to mention so that you are aware as well that we have such an online solution ready, so that students do not need to have their study plans shelved or in limbo because of uncertainties. So we are ready. The question is whether you are ready to take on the kind of business education that we have ready for you to jumpstart your career in Europe. So with that, I end my presentation. I hope it was informative, helpful for you.